Well, welcome, good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and this is part 19 of Let's Play The Letter. Where last we left off, I think we caught up with the rest of the group. We are playing as Luke. And, well, can't be. It has only been a few hours after midnight. If the time of the wristwatch is anything to go by. Right, I should go back to auto. Unless I've forgotten to change it again after that last overseas trip a month ago. Though the delay is understandable if he went looking for Hannah as promised. What, would he be faster back if he killed Ash? Well, bloody hell, my safety's also at stake here. Cursing, I still stay still, letting my eyes try to adjust the darkness, while my hands fumble for my slippers. If that butler isn't going to fix this, I may as well order the security post outside to do it. It is probably just a blown fuse. Anyone with a brain can repair one. If you have the replacement parts, grabbing my jackets and footwear finally on, I make for the door. Although in haste, I pause briefly when a gleam catches my eye. One of the drawers underneath the clutter I've yet to organize. The muzzle of a gun peeks out. Hannah has never openly commented my possession of it, but I know she does not approve of it, knowing the bloody firearms policy of this nation. Of course, I've not found much use for it in the 7 years we've been together, otherwise she would have already thrown it out years ago. Well, I mean, it's important to be able to defend yourself. Doesn't mean it won't be used right now. That being said, you have to also be careful not to misuse it either. Sending the stuff piled above it on the floor. Well, the main purpose of one is self-defense, and usually it should always be a last resort. Whatever. I'll get to it later. You still have the eyeballs underneath your bed. This blackout problem should be resolved first. Right next to my missing security detail, as it turns out.
Where the fuck did everyone go?
They're all dead. Shrokin had two blokes posted to stand guard for the night. They might be panicking for a bit earlier, but I'm quite sure I haven't gotten delusional yet. What, did both of them decide to take a break because they think the master's already sound asleep and won't be looking for them?
Damn nitwits.
I know assassinations happen very rarely these days, and even less in a peaceful city like Luxborn. But bollocks? There's been a woman going in and out of this place uninvited who may or may not want to put a knife in my back. I don't think I would have seen the Grudge Girl in any way other than a threat. Oh, she might just be that. No, she's not there. It's peaceful. No. Isn't that enough reason to stay on alert? I'm fairly certain Shrokin won't just enlist their help just for this power outage, only to leave me unprotected. We have a difficult friendship, so to speak, but I doubt that man is an opportunist. I'm holding the lives of his families in my hand, after all. He knows what I am capable of doing. He's not stupid enough to do anything that would endanger them and save only himself. You're a dick. So where then? He is handcuffed to a corner of a haunted everything. Only my footsteps echo along the dark passage, and I am left gripping the handle of my pistol for some sort of comfort. Without proper lighting, and with the storm still raging outside, the stories I've heard about this place seem to have some truth to it. Some. If I'm reaching and wish to entertain myself a bit, I'll say there might also be ghosts whispering in my ears calling. I feel you're in denial, sir. Of course, it's just the wind and the trees rustling outside. There's a difference between skepticism and just being, you. Nothing good will come of allowing these thoughts to linger when problems are piling up in front of me, one after another. Especially with what greets me once I get to the foyer. Yeah, the whole group where, thankfully, you didn't kill Ash, because we chose to beg for you to understand us rather than try to rush you. I'm sure if I had Ash rush you, you just would have shot him in the head. And from where I stand at the top of the stairs, I can easily make out their forms. Recognize them even. It's all gone crazy when these intruders come into my house. I'm no stranger to a cop playing dirty. The smart ones knew that neither life nor criminals are going to play fair. But Lily, the estate agent? She doesn't seem the sort. Daisy, too? What will Kylie think of her this ink when the poor tyke finds out about this? Not to mention Mint. Hannah trusted her. I trusted her to be a professional at the very... She has been locked in your basement for 4 days!
Well, what have we here? If I were any less sober, I'd say this is the beginning of a joke.
Bloody trespassers, what is wrong with these people? Did they really think it'll be fine with them walking into my home like this? What are they even doing here? Trying to actually save your life. If I didn't know any better, they might also be behind Hannah's disappearance. Technically connected, but again, they're trying to save you guys. They must have a motive. Saving your life. We're not playing Monopoly. And it better be a good one. What have they done? Did they cheat at Connect 4? Or a bullet to the head is the least all of them will deserve. I don't make a habit of harming women, of course, but this is just crossing the line.
Let's see. A high school teacher, a real estate agent, and an interior designer walk into a mansion.
Thunder crackles once again, cutting me off. This time, its sound hits close enough that it nearly feels as if the windows and the ground itself are rumbling. All is deathly still for a moment. I don't let it stop me, however, as I slowly make my way toward them. I want to double check to make sure it's recording. Relishing the expression of fear in their eyes. I mean, obviously, if they're fucking terrified, they didn't come there to kill you. I kind of like it, to be honest. It's ominous with the heavy rain, lack of light. Add something to the atmosphere. I suppose I must look like the villain now. But short of me getting close to them, the noise on my left distracts me, briefly halting my movements while curiosity takes over every murmurs in my head. And it's a good thing, perhaps, that I did, because as soon as I look up, I see him. The detective from a few days ago, the one Lee mentioned. Just as he's about to jump down from the furniture that has somehow ended up piled up and blocking the door to the parlor. What happened there? And did he really think it's alright to do that in other people's house? Parkour! Lout.
Teach him, my lord. Put him in his place.
My hands already moving before any rationale can stop me, fingers firm at my gun when I finally release the safety from it and take aim. Not at him, but at his friends. They are his, aren't they? Why else would they be here together? Doesn't matter. I know his kind follows some form of moral standard. He won't let an innocent be harmed, especially people he cares about. My finger on the trigger is more than itching to shoot, but I hold back. Sure, I could have simply taken aim at him. But more than seeing him bleed, I want to see the expression on his face once he realizes everything he's doing is futile. He is trying to save your life. He's trapped. All of you are. Lives are in my hand. His life is in my hand.
Had I known there would be a party in my own home tonight, I would have opened a bloody bottle or two. People these days, in my own home. Can you believe it? I feel so left out.
I can tell the exact moment the realization dawns on him. A short second of the body freezing and blood draining from his face, as soon as his feet hit the floor and he looks up. He's already a prey trapped in his own recklessness.
How pathetic.
And really, Daisy, even you, what would Kylie say?
Luke, this isn't what you're thinking. You have to listen to us. There's something going on here.
Well, obviously, why else would people be trespassing in my home? What about little Lily over there, then? What's your excuse? Checking back if your clients are doing okay? Is that it? Is this what this is? Oh, we're doing good, by the way.
Sir, please.
Oh, please what?
We need to get out of this place. You need to leave.
Tut, not a good enough excuse, darling. You people are the ones who need to get out of my sight. Don't worry, I might consider pressing lighter charges for the woman. Can't say the same for Feathers here, though. But really now. I swear, people need to stop breaking into my house! This is how you want to start the week. Why don't we just go with a bloody massacre if we want to surprise people in their homes, huh?
It's just a passing remark, of course. I'm not stupid enough to do something that'll bring negative attention to myself. Reputation, all that, I just can't risk it. Thought of having dead bodies here, ones that I'm not even responsible for. They're the ones who trespassed. It's already quite too much. It's literally to be overkill, especially for someone like me. Nevertheless, joke or not, Feathers wastes no time drawing his own gun at the slight wave of my own. That's not an appropriate joke! Even he knows it's already too late. Still, he glares at me. Still, he fights back.
Now, Feathers. Manners. You're in no position to be pointing that gun at people.
There's no desperation in him like I'm hoping. Just an annoyance flickering shortly before being hidden underneath a challenge. The likes of him are the kind of people I hate the most. Even with their failures already glaring down at them, mocking every worthless move they make, they have the impudence to stare people in the eye.
Why don't you put yours down first, and then we'll talk about manners.
Oh, he talked back. The gall! You know, your kind pisses me off so much.
Annoying most of the time, like a damn pest you can't be rid of. But to some degree it is. Commendable. I'll give him that. After all, we're almost the same in that regard. Almost. I'm still the better person, of course. He tells me to put the gun down. But I see no reason why I should. I'm a homeowner in defense of my own home. I have a right to. I'd like... Questionable permit of firearms aside, it's not like I wanted this. But I'm already high-strung, and their presence does not help. You still have eyeballs rotting underneath your bed, buddy. Bloody peasant. I can never seem to figure out how their minds fully work. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you're better than everyone else. Take this one, for example. Despite the pride brimming in him, how he matches my glare, one of his own, he simply lowers his pistol after a long second, not in surrender. The tense set in his shoulders tells me as much, but the closest he can get to lowering his own ego in favor of something I can't quite place. Interesting. Gotta admit, I'm almost disappointed.
As you should be, my lord.
I've expected him to hold out until one of us shoots the other. Yeah, that was an alternative ending. Can't say it'd be more exciting than a bullet inside any part of my body isn't something I'd like to have on a bad day like today. Or any day for that matter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I ever got shot, I wouldn't be a badass about it. I would just cry and bitch! but it'll surely be predictable of him. And I like predictable. They're the kind of people who are always easy to deal with, no matter the situation. With them, there's no second guessing what they'll do. He shoots, I shoot, one of us dies, the other walks away. Now, you could both die, or you could both miss. Nothing requires much brain power, just muscle memory, and who's the better shooter. End of story. Yet here he is, dragging a deep breath and setting aside the only thing protecting him. Well, you're not the real threat here, Luke. I can easily shoot him this way, be done with the whole farce of the conversation. Instead, I find myself listening. A concession for a person who in another life would have also become the person I am today, had his circumstances allowed it. Damn shame. We might have gotten along.
Listen, right. I need you to.
But alas,
You broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already. In fact, I can easily shoot you down right here, right now, and you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
a meeting of two prideful blokes will never go well, whichever lifetime it is. And I can only laugh at his audacity, his lack of shame, and fear even facing the business end of my pistol.
You know what I'm thinking right now? In another lifetime, we would have probably gotten along well.
The best truth I can offer of not many people, those who have slighted me in particular, lived this long to see it.
And he should be grateful. You're already gracious enough.
Stop trying to manipulate him to be a bigger dick than he already is! It's like he's already an asshole and now he has a malicious ghost trying to pressure him to be worse. Preferably right now, because as generous as I have been so far, my patience has its limits. My amusement can only last for so long. In 2 steps, I'm standing in front of him, grabbing by the collar and resting the cold muzzle of the eagle against his temple.
Ashton! Luke, no!
He ended up having a pretty smear on the wall this close. He'll end up having a...
Teach this loud a lesson.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the 3rd time this week, and I'm really getting weary of this little game.
We're trying to save your life,
Did the NCA
Luke.
send you to apprehend me? Or has somebody paid you off to kill me? Which one is it, Feathers? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to meet the business end of this gun.
And he knows it. Of course he does. He's a trained officer, isn't he? But not many bother to be as cautious, and one glimpse at my handgun safety earlier is all it took for him to see I mean business. Similar. Too similar. We're too alike in so many little ways, it's funny. Down to the fact that he doesn't even flinch, no matter how heavy the threats my words are. Even knowing how one flick of my finger on the trigger will be enough to end his sorry life. He should have caved in by now, started begging like so many others before him. We have been running from the grudge girl. Instead he throws more vitriol, adds more kindling to a fire.
I'm not with NCA. I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go. You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than you.
Igniting it further that I can't help but return it to him with equal further. We don't need him, my love. That was supposed to be voice acting, grudge girl. Are you getting... We both decide to move in that moment, both our bodies tensing, each of us racing to get ahead of the other. However, before we can get a head start, voice unexpectedly rings above the chaos about to ensue. And now we are officially caught up to our furthest point of the story.
Hannah?
We have still yet to get one official ending yet.
My love, what do you
And right
think
at the end of this
you're doing
sentence,
out here
we
this
cut to the
late?
beginning of Luke's Lukedom. The woman that stands there is the one that I've married, the love of my life. So why is it that she looks like she now gives me a... Now, the look revolted. Makes it so that there's a general sense of wrongness in the way she smiles. I'd be concerned if you didn't notice it.
Hannah! Oh, thank goodness, it's just you. Oh, you gave me quite the fright. We've been looking all over for you.
Saying this makes my tongue feel heavy. I'm so used to lying, to putting on a face, but this just feels so wrong. It's such a small lie, yet a big one at that. To be afraid at the sight of my own wife, for no apparent reason, is illogical, yet her mere presence has been disturbing. From her suddenly devoted and near dependent nature, her obsession and possessiveness to a strange way of speaking, something has been wrong with Hannah as of late. I didn't want to admit it, but it was almost as if she turned into another person overnight. And looking at it, up at her now, only seems to solidify this. It's almost as if I can't recognize my own wife.
Fetch me. Whatever for, my prince?
Look, that doesn't matter right now. You need to get out of this house right now, alright? Stay in the penthouse for a while.
Leave our home? What if I wish to stay?
It's not safe here, darling. Now is not the time to explain. Just listen to me. Okay, Buttercup?
I hold out my hand to her in the hopes that she won't ask any more questions. Oh. I shove away the ill thoughts that I have about her, on how this is not the wife I've married. It's almost as if he's really good at ignoring red flags or something. People change, this is not the time to have some sort of existential crisis. Yes, it is! Our safety is... That's part of the Okay? You haven't had a single choice yet, Luke. I'm tempted to try to pick the one that gets you killed. Because I really don't like you. And the way she looks at me just sends chills down my spine. Are we going to get a closer up look at her face?
Why should I? Is something the matter? What about you? Are you not coming with?
What was I supposed to say? Where to even start? Maybe just confess there's some crazy lady roaming around, and I'd really like it if we just stayed safe.
You just need to leave for a while so I can let security sweep the place. And someone has to be there, yes? To supervise and all. That'll be my job, Buttercup.
Still, nothing. She doesn't move from where she stands, still with the amused grin on her face, as if this is all some funny joke, and she's the only one who can see the pun. You're the only one who doesn't
I do not wish to leave. And you should not either. You've just arrived, my prince. This is your home. Our home. Would you really allow others to drive us away from it?
Be that as it may, it is dangerous here right now, and I'd rather have you safe than, I don't know, comfortable or whatever argument you wish to bring up. This is ridiculous, Hannah. We shouldn't be discussing this. You need to leave now. Let me handle things here, Buttercup.
It is then that her expression turns absolutely horrific, and everything turns to complete and utter shite. Well, how much worse could it get, really, Luke? Like, are we going to get a super close-up? Well, not quite. Hannah's body shudders and shakes. What is The Exorcist? So she's about to have a seizure until her visage ripples and changes. Hey, we got a scared look on Luke's face. Gold and yellow hair is now slowly stained inky black. And her face melts into that of the woman, the maid from before, with a menacing expression on her face. Okay, so let's take a moment to look at everyone's... Zach would also be here, probably in the space, between Zach and Marianne. It's almost as if I failed to save him. I'm sorry, Zach. But yeah, so looking at, this is like more so. She's been in a basement for 4 days. She's exhausted, a little bit of fear. She's got a little bit more look of fear. But yeah, this is the first time we're actually seeing a little bit of a look on him. But I'm sure we can get an even worse reaction from him. Looking forward to it. So, along with it shifting around the very ground we stand on. The blood everywhere, yeah. This sounds like dragon spirit music. Final boss. It's a slow thing, a whisper more than a bang, as the darkness creeps into every corner of the room. The walls shudder and groan. Blood runs from the ceiling, crawls down the walls, and stains the floor. This is still Luke's inner monologue. It feels as if life itself is being sucked from the house, slowly but surely. The beauty of this place is gone, only of the dead, decaying remains of the mansion left in its wake. I don't have to wonder if it's just the foyer. That's become this nightmarish place. I can already hear it. Gone are the growling of thunder and the lashing of the rain and the wind against the floor's high windows. All of it has been replaced by a more grating sound. A cacophony of voices from nowhere and everywhere, echoing throughout the now horrid walls. Voices that neither belong to us, nor are the people who live here.
What's going on?
All throughout the house, shouts of alarm and surprise ring out, a mirror of a horror creeping up in each of us. Who wouldn't be shocked? This is insane. Even Daisy, feisty woman that she is, trembles inside of her, clinging desperately to Lily while Feathers stands protectively in front of the two. She has been in your basement for 4 days! Brave of him, I have to admit, to put himself in front line like that. Zach would also be there, though it doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't feel the same fear as the rest of us. Something I don't blame him for. There seems to be no end to this insanity in sight. If anything, this only feels like it's the beginning. If it is, this is a really long story. I already have to go back to all the other, endings.
Oh my god, please, somebody, anybody!
Was that Luke's? Who's?
Who are you?
Is that Shiroka? Who's talking?
Stay away!
Who is talking?
No. Stay away.
Who?
Stay.
Are these random guards?
Away.
Is Shiroka awake?
No! She's here! You've got to let me out! She's gonna kill me! Someone!
Oh, it's all the people she's killed. So is Zach's soul stuck here? Well, so I guess Zach's here in spirit? Normally that's supposed to be a word of comfort. It is not. Until there is nothing but silence, her horrid smile, pale hands reaching out to me, calling, beckoning, pleading. I'm terrified, I really am. Like I should be, but I have never been one to truly be afraid. I've long learned that fear will not get me anywhere. Cowering in a corner doesn't keep one safe, and it will not keep me alive. Not like rage does. I've learned to use this burning hate inside me to survive. Fear is usually good to keep you out of a dangerous situation. Fear is not good when you're in a dangerous situation. Then you
Stay away from me!
Anger usually helps you have some sort of reaction.
Do you wish to leave? This is where you belong.
But fear helps you tell it, hey, maybe doing parkour 3 stories up is bad.
The blood we share.
But if you're like stuck on a roof, using some anger is a good way to get off the roof.
Don't you remember? You promised to return, to stay. Together with me, with us, with people no different from you.
Don't listen to her, she lies. I promised no such thing to anyone. We bought this house weeks ago. How should I know what she's babbling about? I never even wanted to be here in the first place.
A terrible case of mistaken identity. That must be it. No, your mom is actually descended from these people in some way. Because your ancestors like to fuck everybody. Some worse than others, hence angry, vengeful spirits. The rest of those who claim I promised anything can go fuck themselves. Bloody hell, I may enjoy the company of women, but I am also not an idiot to start spouting such nonsense to anyone. line must be... You! There is blood pouring out of the ceiling! Yet she still goes on, insists, making me appear a liar in front of these people.
Of course you still deny it. Have you truly forgotten? You haven't changed, I see. Still a deceiver.
She's lying!
You see, my love, nothing has changed. Still no difference, you and I. Just like the rest of us.
We're gonna see Zach's ghost wander around.
Every single soul in this putrid wreck. We waited for so long.
Yeah, it has been hundreds of years.
Then yes. Now please.
Are we gonna see Ghost Rose?
Their invitation. Come, my lord. The house seeks its master.
She, the monster, reaches out again. Her hands a gory, abhorrent sight, along with one smile spread across her face. My body's already moving on instinct. Ultra instinct! Stumbling back one step at a time. Goku busts through the ceiling. He's like, hurry guys! Jump on Vegeta's back! I am nothing like her. I need to get out of this house. Out of this country, preferably. There's nothing for me here, not anyone, nothing to keep me tied to this place. Anna beyond saving, no longer the same woman I knew, and Stroken likely taken by this woman, nothing's left to bind me to this wretched city. I can leave, I can be interrupted by hyphens. My footsteps on something sending my... Did you trip on Zach's eyeballs? Beside me a paper, familiar one, letters down. Oh, the help me paper. It's this thing again from the open house, though it feels like a gimmick and more like a threat. Less like a gimmick. With the recent events. Yeah! I'm pretty sure in this circumstance a rubber ducky would be quite threatening. Like if you ran away from this ghost and you saw a rubber ducky with a knife duct taped to it, you would feel quite threatened given the circumstances. Leave the damn thing to simply bear its grisly message for everyone in the room to see. Help me. Help me. Help me. Is this it? What they've been telling us? Why everything in my life has gone to shite because of some stupid old letter? An invitation indeed. One I am not willing to accept. Not any time. From the top of the stairs, the creature moves again, drawing my attention back to her. Her gait remains slow and awkward as she walks forward, the smile never leaving her. But I won't give her the chance. I am not dying here. I certainly am not giving myself to a hideous creature like her either. Adrenaline kicks in, and despite panicked gasps and worried glances from Dave's friend, I pay them no mind as I reach the main door and... Hyphen! Without warning, it slams open. Really not the mansion grounds like I'm expecting, but probably the foyer. Comprehend what's going on? Black tendrils have already tied around my limbs, dragging every person in the foyer into the room. Is it the damn attic? Did the main door open to the attic? Because if so, Stroker should still be there. None of us even get to scream, and the darkness completely enveloped us upon the doors closing.
Understand where your place is now, my love. You belong here.
Could you have at least brought me a cold one? I'd like some brisk tea, with lemon, in a can.
We've been waiting.
Maybe some bacon? The study! It's later than midnight, sir. As soon as my eyes adjust to the darkness of the room, on my feet, I'm reaching for my knife and I'm holding it out, watching and waiting for every movement. Using it as a way to put distance between me and these peasants. Really? You have no reason to be scared of them at this point. Didn't they come here saying they're trying to save you? Who knows what they'll do now? We're all desperate to get out of this house. There's only 5 of us in this room. 3 of them. Friends at that. Though Mint has already gone loon, crouched in the corner, muttering to herself. You can't really say anyone's safe from her. If anything, she's the one I should watch out for. I cannot trust these people not to turn on me. If only Zach were here. Oh, I wonder who didn't let him out of the jail cell. Not after this. They said there's something else in the house, and they're here to save you. This kind of proves the whole fucking point. But I have to remind myself that even people like her are capable of doing the unpleasant. She's only human after all, it's never an excuse. Why even Hannah has her cunning, manipulative moments, though she does not seem... doesn't. Why else would Lily show this letter to us that day, if not to save herself? I guess that backfired on her now, and she and her own friends are also stuck here. Still, I have every right to be livid. Everything that I've built has fallen apart. All because these people came into our lives.
You! All of you! This is all your fault! If I've died to this bloody case, I'm taking you all down with me!
Calm down, Wright. The situation's already bad. You're just making it worse.
You shut your mouth if it weren't for you! For this letter! For all of you! None of this would have happened! Hannah would still be...
Is there a way to actually save her from becoming that?
Don't you dare, Luke! Don't you dare put that blame on us!
Not batting an eye, glaring at me as if she ripped my head off. And since the knife slides uselessly under the table out of my reach. I should have expected she's not the kind to submit even under threat. Right now, all of us appear smaller facing her anger.
Last I checked, we're the ones trying to do the saving here.
And what about your friend over there? Are you saying she is responsible for this mess? For the lives this sorting letter took? Dragging other people into her own problem just so she could save her little sorry self? You think I haven't seen that before? Getting real tired of your double standards, Daisy!
You know this curse is an entirely different issue, Luke. Because, knowing you, I don't doubt that even without that blasted letter, you would have eventually...
Rebecca, stop! All of you stop this!
To hear Lily speak out loud, I can't say I'm not surprised. She has always given me the impression of someone so meek from the moment I've met her, either from her inexperience or her station in life. She has never struck me as someone fitting to be a real estate agent. You're a dick! If anything, that meltdown she had during the open house had only proven my assumptions. She was dealing with the ghost for everyone else. Quietly, she puts herself between me and Daisy, cutting with her scathing words we've yet to hurl at the other. The way she glares at me reminds me a little of my own mom would look at me. Maybe you're related in some way. Particularly, and here's the thing, you look at other people freeing down the station, but your mom started off in such a terrible situation, you think you'd have some more empathy and compassion. Huh. If she only sees us now as a pair of squabbling kids, not to mention mature adults, well, that's only to be expected. No doubt that's how she sees us. For a long moment, there's only silence in the room. Feathers, for all his guts, doesn't even dare break it. Merely watching us. Where did all his bravado go now, huh? Not that it matters when Lily starts speaking up again, after some of the anger and tension has lifted from the room. If only we had Zach.
Stop this, please! With or without that damn piece of paper, we...
A deep breath. And then she closes her eyes, a crease form between her eyebrows, while she grips her hand tightly in front of her.
We still would have ended up in this mess.
The atmosphere that descends in the room right after that admission is anything but pleasant. Can I call it that, an admission? Not really, I don't think it counts. It seems like the way her eyes nervously flick between her fingers and I. She appears no more than she lets on, how she makes herself appear smaller after dropping that bomb. This doesn't sit quite well with me. Impatience is something I don't have the luxury of having right now, and bestowing upon other people. What else does this girl know? What else is she not telling us? Because from the looks of this, even her friends has no idea what she's talking about. Unwilling to wait, I grab her arm before she retreats without explanation, waving the letter still in my hand in front of her.
Ow! Sir, you're hurting me!
Hey, hands off her, right?
Fuck off, Feathers. I have questions for your friend, and she better have the answers.
Luke, will you stop taking it out on every single person?
Your friend is hiding something, Daisy.
She struggles for a moment, but my hold eventually forces her to look at me. Fear and uncertainty spreads across her features, especially in her eyes that I am on the damn paper. As much as I want to be considerate right now, I want answers.
What do you mean, Lily?
I'm not sure about it.
Don't give me that, you know something!
Ow! Please, sir! I know the paper's useless, okay?
At the mention of the letter, all of a sudden it stands. I've almost forgotten she's here. Her ramblings have faded away into shouting. Without warning, she snatches the paper out of my hand. It's a miracle it didn't rip right there and there. But the way she glares at it, I think she may want to do exactly that.
We should have gotten rid of this thing! We should have burned it at the first opportunity we got! No, even if we rip it to shreds, it won't do anything. I think...
You don't know what I've seen, Santos. There were children! Victims! All because they had no idea what this thing will do to them! Oh God, those poor souls! They were screaming and begging before she...
Then what about those people they mentioned in the news lately? All those who died? My coworkers? The open house clients? None of them had seen it. Even Rose. And yet they're all dead. I should know. That letter has been with me since I picked it up. And I swear I didn't make copies of this thing. Even if I wanted to save myself, I wouldn't do that to my friends. Or anyone.
Is that what the trip to BRC was for?
Yes, I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you guys until I was certain. None of you believed me the first time. I had to find proof.
And yet we're all here! Are you taking me for a fool, Lily?
I have to go with whiskey on this. Who knows how many has already seen this before you found it? This cursed thing has to go!
We would have ended up here either way. Maybe? I really don't know. Sir, please. All I know is that paper isn't the reason why all of this is happening. There's something else. Maybe it's this place that's the problem. Maybe it's this we should be getting rid of.
What? You mean, like, burn this place down?
I still think we should get rid of this letter before we start thinking of destroying a place with some historical value!
You were in
What?
the fucking dungeon!
We are not burning a multi-million-pound mansion, you peasants! I just spent a fortune on this! Bloody fucking hell! Not only do I have trespassers on my property, but they're also arsonists!
How dare they suggest something like that? You saw the blood pouring out of the do you still want to live here? Do you still want to live here? You're in a study, covered in blood, being haunted by the Grudge Girl. Are you still going to live here and just charge her rent? Just a moment ago, you were saying that you wanted to move out of the country to be far away from here as possible. What, are you going to sell this place to someone? Who is going to... Mark my words, I will fucking flip out. They will be may not think of it, but eventually they will turn on me. Such is the nature of humans. You're making it easy for them to do, though! You're not exactly a very, lovable chap. None of our choices seem sound, but who knows? We don't understand a shite about this place. Might as well try everything, right? Whatever works. If I also have to be the one to make the bloody decision, so be it. Less room for errors? With the only sane one doing the thinking, on the off chance I'm wrong, well, they suggested it. Burn the letter, burn the mansion. Wow, this is the choice we're getting? Wow. Save. Well. What should we do? Well, let's answer it the way Luke would. Luke seems very certain that he would burn the letter. And it's an easy decision to make, especially with these cries growing louder. I'm getting tired of it, really. You simply have to act fast, think fast. And what else is the root cause of our problem but the letter? You'd probably die if you hurt the letter. Which I'm okay with, because I don't like it. Don't worry, we have to go through all the endings at some point anyway. Why won't it end there? If what Min has said is true, then there's all the more reason to destroy it. Put an end to this madness before anyone can think of passing it on to someone else. Before this situation can stretch on for too long for my taste, I snatch the blasted paper away.
Give me that.
Pull out my Zippo lighter, which has... oh, it's got... okay. My mom's lighter. The side of it shuts them all up. But I have no need for their opinion. In the next moment, I'm already setting the letter on fire. And it doesn't take too long for the thing to catch fire. It's old, for heaven's sake. Though I make sure none of the ashes end up on anything flammable, it'll be an inferno inside the study of all the books and documents stored here. Not that a big flame's anything to worry about in this case. In fact, in a matter of minutes, that damn thing has turned to ashes on the floor. Nothing left to burn, though. The fire dies, fades into thin air, a whiff of smoke, leaving only the awful scent of burnt paper in the room. But as the last of the paper turns into cinders, a sharp, agonized wail echoes from somewhere in the mansion, before quickly dying out, taking with her the horrors she has brought upon the mansion. Slowly before our eyes, the mansion changes again. Yeah? This is calm before the storm. Blood faded the walls, ceiling, and the floor, returning to place to its old beauty. Gone is the darkness, quickly replaced by the artificial lights in the room. This is a fake-out! I know it's a fake-out. This has to be. Even the smell of blood and gore. Yeah, it's not like... yeah, this is definitely a fake-out, buddy. The other shoe's gonna drop soon.
See? Wasn't that easy?
Are you shitting me?
For fuck's sake, you people need to get your heads checked. How did you all make it this far in life with that kind of thinking? Well, you can all thank me later for this. You may now show yourselves out of my property before I call the police on you simpletons.
I don't think I'd want to be alone after all that shit. I walk out of the study without a single glance back, and I'm more eager to find fresh air. They can get their way out of this place, I'm sure. We're gonna get stabbed by the grudge girl. This will be like fucking Fatal Frame all over again. Or the Japanese White Chocolate Day game. Outside, there's only silence. I can't remember the name of that, but it was also kind of a little scarier than Fatal Frame, but still. The same hush that has come over a terrible storm has swept the countryside. and with it, from the wide-open windows, is the sight of the sun rising above the horizon. Ever so slowly, the sky begins to lighten before my eyes. Darkness giving way to the warm hues, soft rays spilling over the vast expanse of Luxborn's countryside. Nearby the trees sway and rustle with the breeze, a passing draft that carries even into this room from outside, cold enough to make me shiver. The remains of a storm that has passed away. In the distance I can hear the soft chirping of birds, while the rest of the world stirs, wakes. Dawn, at last. We are free. Ellipses of death. What? Did we live? For undisclosed reasons to the public, the mansion is put back on the market months later, while Briar Realty Corporation faced criminal charges filed by one Luke Wright. After the news of the lawsuit broke out and the realty company's declaration of bankruptcy, rumors quickly spread across Luxborn City. But for those who still believe in the stories of the old and those who know the truth, it is best, but it's testament to the curse and the secrets of the Ermengarde mansion has hidden for centuries. Yet there will come a time when those will be finally revealed, only the hallowed halls of the mansion know. To this day it stands silent. However, on nights when the wind howls and the thunder booms across the sky, some still claim hearing of voices within, of cries and wails that fill the night, and desperate calls of help for anyone who dares listen. As for those who once tread its halls, although Luke Wright has won his legal battle with another tech league places him and Wright Enterprises under the spotlight months later. This time, however, with the then Chief Inspector Harvey Lee's sudden absence, the businessman isn't able to escape close scrutiny. In an investigation headed by LPD's Inspector Ashton Fraley, all of Wright's enterprise illegal business dealings within the past 10 years come to light. Although his involvement with the other crimes is still being investigated, disclosure has caused a huge outcry, especially from the city's business sector. Sued on multiple grounds, the company is ultimately forced to shut down. Meanwhile, to avoid public outcry, saving her hide, the once affluent businessman immediately leaves the city. All of his bank accounts have been emptied, including his Luxborn apartments, leaving not a single trace or clue where he might be hiding. The last anyone has seen of the man was on a flight bound for Ireland. Till this day, no one has heard from him, even his people from his old Wright enterprise, who have all been left to deal with the aftermath. Though over the past few months, after the situation has calmed, some have made claims to spotting him, flitting in and out of the city. Why, though? If only to check on those he has left behind. Months after recovery, Marianne McCullough heads back to Homeland, ready to close the chapter of the past she has left hanging for so long. There she visits Lorraine's grave, asking for forgiveness from the girl she once loved, something she has intentionally avoided for years. In spite of this, a different regret still clings to her, one that has been left by what she has witnessed inside the Ermengarde mansion. She has never returned to Luxborn after, leaving her interior design company in the hands of her secretary instead. But with her absence, the business eventually declines until they are forced to shut it. Unexpectedly, she turns to music years later, hoping it'll somehow drown out the voices and the gruesome memories still lingering in her head. She actually looks very pretty in that picture. By some stroke of luck or an unfortunate circumstance, Marianne encounters Luke Wright once again, almost a year after she's returned home. She meets the man in a local market, newly settled, fumbling, and confused. Although her opinion of him remains ambivalent, at best, she reluctantly offers help. especially after seeing him stumble on his Gaelic more times than she deems acceptable. And it becomes a start. Not a close friendship by any means, but perhaps something akin to it. And on better days, when vitriol and scathing words don't get in the way, there's only pleasant companionship one offers to the other. Casual visits to the other's home, sharing a bottle of wine or two, and simply talking about anything under the sun. This art is amazing. They comfort after their mutual loss. Something they both learn to appreciate in time. In the months that follow, Rebecca Gales becomes a prominent researcher within Luxborn's major academic circles, especially after writing what she has discovered about Ansem Village and the Ermengarde Mansion. With the help of Professor Andrew Clark, she is soon able to secure funding to continue her research, presenting her findings yearly at local and international symposiums. Now at the tail end of the current study, she hopes to publish her first book, correcting all inaccuracies in the city's current history. A move supported by both colleagues, students, and friends alike. Though she knows she still has a long way to go before she can ever begin to change people's minds about it, Professor Clark has warned her as much. She perseveres. Doing it not for herself, but for the sake of those she has lost after the curse. As fresh as the wounds are still. Things have inevitably become a strain between Ash and Frey Rebecca Gales in the months following her confession. And with their lives getting busier, the two have eventually drifted apart. Although neither talks about it, the teacher still strives to forget an old love. It's clear in Rebecca that there still are feelings left that she couldn't let go of. If anything, however, this has only made it obvious how much has changed between them, and how much she has clung to the idea of Ashton in younger days, the one that may not have been there in the first place. Merely an idea for a starry-eyed young girl. But if there ever will be a time she'll be able to accept this, to move on from the hurt and repair an old friendship that has fallen on ruin, only she knows. With her newfound courage, Isabel Santos finally chooses to pursue what she really wants for herself. Having made enough to keep her family aloft for a few years, and with their family blessing, she quits her job at Briar Realty Corporation and takes the scholarship offer from the local university. Though remarkably out of practice and unsure if she's able to keep up with the time, she returns to university and she finds her feet soon enough with help from people close to her. And with her confidence and her skills grow, so do the number of people recognizing her and her work. It doesn't take long for several award-giving bodies to take notice of her. For all her accomplishments, however, she has never truly forgotten what happened at the Ermengarde Mansion. No Arlen she has lost. The images still remain in her, and on particularly unpleasant nights, terrors continue to visit her dreams. She knows those won't ever disappear from her life. She's become part of her in the same way death has permanently taken from her. However, she's no longer afraid. And with a brave face, she carries on, earnestly wishing that someday she'll be able to paint brighter, more vivid thoughts on her canvas. An honest portrayal of life and hope amidst fear. Shortly after accepting the scholarship grant from Luxborn University, Isabel moves from Salem residence in favor of staying in a dorm close to her campus. Although Rebecca Gale is quick to offer assistance with the move, she does admit she will be missing her neighbor in more than 5 years. When all is said and done, she has become fonder of the girl over the years, their shared experience over the curse, they have only grown closer. Isabella leaves with a promise to visit every once in a while. And even though she still jokingly complains about Becca's bossy attitude, she confesses that she also misses the woman's fussing. After all, in a place miles away from her real family, Rebecca is still the closest thing she has to a sister. Following his success in bringing the Luxborn firm case to a close, Ashton Frey receives a recommendation to transfer to Luxborn's lead agency against organized crimes. An endorsement eagerly backed by the newly appointed successor to his late Chief Inspector Lee, Abigail Harris. Knowing he'll have more resources, leeway, and a bigger chance of ultimately bringing Luke Wright to justice, Ashton Frey accepts. He still warns the people close to him against the Wrights and his associates, but only on a friendly reminder now, more than anything. Kind of reminds me of Laguna, or what is that, Black Lagoon? Or the Laguna guy from Final Fantasy VIII. Both, actually. For now, he has to decide the evidence and law to speak for itself, to take care of the man once the proper time comes. Nowadays, police work and operations keep him busy, sometimes taking him away from the city he grew up in days on end. A rare thing for him is to enjoy once upon a time, yet this time he never loses his drive. Simply growing more determined after having finally found a clear purpose, close to the rush and excitement he dreamed of as a child. Although Ashton still keeps mum about specific details of his work, his experience with the curse is slowly taught him to open up. Especially those he knows that genuinely care for him. He still has a long way to go, he knows that, for the sake of the people who are still with him. Those who have chosen to stay, as well as what he lost. A day when he is After a bit of fumbling and a few missteps here and there, moments of briefly allowing their uncertainties to hang over them, Ashton Frey and Isabel Santos finally finds a rhythm. Theirs isn't a soaring love, by any means, nor is it a happily ever after often told in picture books. The girl has only ever dreamed of having a child. Far from it, in fact. Despite people glimpsing their eyes or gleaming their gestures, they both know better than to cling to ideals. A stranger will say they're in love. Hopelessly. Genuinely. And there is a certain truth in it. One only has to look. However, what they never see is this. Beyond the soft smiles, fleeting glances, and gentle touches, only meant for the other is a grief. A terror that never seems to lift. Constantly filling the nights with echoes of an unforgiving wail, unwelcome dreams that stir either awake in the darkest hours of the dawn. It has never truly left them, and it never will. In the same way, the light-scarred Ashton's hand will never fully heal, and the horrid images in Isabel's mind will never fade. But they cope in hushed whispers and tender reassurances, with light kisses and long embraces. When that no longer suffices, when the horrors become too much for them to bear, they have each other, and warmth to hold on to the coldest of nights. For them, it is more than enough. Hey, we have a normal version of the Grudge Girl, and our first official ending. I'm going to say endings because I definitely plan to go back and get the Bird Mansion ending down to see what happens there.
I knew the game was
Oh.
over.
Let's turn this up.
Before the rules were set, I've never been a winner. I didn't want to play. I thought there was
So yeah, we had our first actual ending.
but there's no exit from
We'll get a second one here in a second. I'm gonna burn the mansion.
where every path is the wrong turn and every choice is a miss.
I'm tempted to check the recording, but I know that I'll cut the sound for the game.
I lied to the Lord, I lied to myself, I lied to you and everyone I care, until there were no more lies to tell. Cowardice is easier than being brave, but at last I found the strength I lost to sing my love letter to you.
The song is very beautiful.
But my lone heart beats true. It was a simple question. My answer came too late. And every time I said no, I wanted to say yes. They say speak your mind, tell the truth, but there is room for each regret. So many fears to overcome, so little time to conquer them. I lied to the Lord, I lied to myself, I lied to you and everyone I care, until there were no more lies to tell. Cowardice is easier than being brave, but at last I found the strength I lost to sing my love letter to you. 'Cause people can lie, but my lone heart beats true. The ghost of guilt and sorrow remembers who I am, and in the prison of my heart, I was my only slave. But in the depths of my cold soul, I'll leave the burden and despair.
This is very beautiful.
Fight for what's worth fighting for. Forget the fear, forget the rest. I lied to the Lord, I lied to myself, I lied to you and everyone I care.
Thanks everyone for playing. Hope you enjoyed the game. It's been fun
More lies to
production.
tell.
I love you,
Cowardice is
Kylie,
easier
Dad.
than being brave.
Playing.
But at last
I
I
can't
found
read that.
the strength
Avid horror
I
fan.
lost to sing my
Project
love
Turns.
letter to you.
Perhaps an amazing project. Dell. Special thank you.
'Cause people
Special
can
thank
lie,
you.
but my lone heart beats
Thank
true.
you. Project. Danny is my true friend. You are terminated. I am the winner. What? Master of Stealth? Hannah's the best plot of the story? Letter 2. No Luke X Isabella, no bye. Oh, what? Okay. Okay. Jump scare? You're waiting for me to click it.
You? Where are you, Tio?
Oh, God.
You?
Oh.
Please?
Oh, God.
She's here!
No. No.
She's still here, Tio!
Guys? Guys? Yeah?
Help me! Please!
I kind of thought we had a not so bad ending aside from the death of Zach, but... Yeah? No, 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 no! 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 Ah! Why? Why would... But... Whatever this new achievement is, I have to read, like... I can't read the bottom part of the screen. Dear you, if you are reading this, this means you finished playing the game in one way or another, and we thank you for the time you spent in playing the letter. The game is our passion project more than anything, and we sincerely hope we delivered and bring you a one-of-a-kind visual... It was actually an amazing visual novel, and I have more endings to see, good sir. But, that last bit of this ending, I didn't appreciate what happened to Kylie. The letter is the first of many visual novels coming from us. Well, I am looking forward to more work from you. So, I will have to look at the proper name of your team and make sure to mention the title for everyone to support you. If you liked what we did to this game, would you... maybe another time, because... You know, I don't know how that would mess with the recording. Main menu? What happens if I click continue? Oh. Okay. Let's take a look at our gallery. I'm pretty sure we haven't had any... Chapter 1, 96% of the pictures. Backgrounds, I'm sprites, CGs, and epilogue. 11% of epilogue. Okay, that makes sense. CGs, holy shit, we have a lot more to go in that. We got 100% of Chapter 6 and Chapter 7. Ash and I think this is, this was, Marianne. So if I had had her not go into that crossface, would she have died? Wow. We mainly needed more stuff from Zack because, well, he's dead. And Ash? And... No, that was... Who was? Not sure. Extras? Music room, art book, trailer, achievements. 35%? Credits. Oh, right, this. It's kind of messed up that you give that, like, oh, you're out thanking my thing in a letter with the whole... Let's go for our other possible option. Burn the mansion! I am going to regret this, I will. Apparently we will, because we got a somewhat good ending. Aside from Kylie's death and Zack's death. Seriously, oh my god! But with these cries getting louder, this has to become the easiest decision I have ever made. Yeah, are you going to keep living here? No. Is someone going to buy this? No. You get tired of hearing the sobbing, really? It's just irritating, isn't she getting tired of it? Besides, someone has to act fast, think fast. And what else is the root cause of this problem but this place where the letter was found? No need to make things more complicated. Start here, why won't it end here? If what Lily has said is true, then there's all the more reason to destroy it. Put an end to this madness where someone thinks of putting this blasted place up in the market. When I get out of this place, I swear I'm suing a bunch of people. Run the estate company to the ground if need be. We spent millions, damn it. Millions! With a sigh and a heavy heart, I opened one of the drawers in the study table. Taking a bottle of liquor out for myself, and then passing it to every occupant in the room. Are we going to burn the house down with us in it? They accept it, but not without a look of protest. Or, oh, you're handing each of them a glass of vodka? It does shut them up, so maybe I've done something good. Even more when I pop the cork off the bottle and pour its contents on the floor.
Well, what are you simpletons waiting for?
We waste no time in dousing the whole room, the smell of alcohol filling the air. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they're more than eager to set this whole... You're in the room, though! How are you going to not set yourselves on fire? And the blaze catches easily this room when I set it alight using the blasted paper as kindling. With the whole place drenched with wine and the whole manner of things alcoholic I've been hiding from Hannah, the small fire turns into an inferno. Are we all going to die? In a matter of seconds, we're out of the door. It doesn't exactly lead where I'm hoping it will. Although ending up in the kitchen does give us more reason to play like a bunch of maniacs. Fishing the liquor stocks out from the cupboards, we also do the same thing we've done to the study. Door after door in every room as we pass. Pouring bottle after bottle of expensive aged liquor and setting everything on fire. How much alcohol did you have, sir? Only leaving the blaze has started in earnest. When we run out of liquor, we simply drop the bottle and take one from the many nooks I've stashed away. And there's no lack of it in here, the hard stuff. So it pays for him to be an alcoholic, damn. How did you even raise rich? I'd say how you afford all the alcohol, but damn. Like, here's my hidden can of Barks root beer.
How many of these things do you keep in this house?
I always have a few bottles in the bedroom, the parlor, and the dining room.
You have problems, man.
Well, isn't this the time to discuss them?
Hannah had called me out on this numerous times before, telling me the same thing. Yeah, it's very excessive, sir. Just because you have the money to afford to have it doesn't mean you should. Yeah, that makes it worse. Turns out it'll be useful now. Not to drown out my sorrows, but for this wonder of wonders, though I suppose I can now say it has also saved my life. But there's no time for introspection now, because with each room we pass and burn, the place also becomes easier to navigate. As if it's slowly righting itself. Returning to what it's supposed to be. Soon we finally found ourselves standing before the main door. The strong odor of burning wood, cloth, and varnish alike wafts from under the doors of the rooms we previously torched, slowly filling the hall with thick black smoke. The blaze has also started in earnest in every part of the house. I can already feel the heat seeping from the rooms I've set aflame. In a matter of minutes, flames will engulf the whole house. Fittingly, that is when she appears again before us. Yeah? Watching us from the top of the stairs while her world goes up in flames around her. However, what catches my eyes is that expression on her face. Yeah, what it'll be. Not the vile smile I've already grown accustomed to, or the one where her eyes gleam with complete hatred. This one? Yeah, forlorn. It's the only word I can think of. So she's sad. You made the grudge girl sad.
No, please. Help me. Help me, please.
Maybe there would have been a third option if we had saved Zach. Can the dead still feel? Can't she hear us? Or is that merely another one of their tricks to trap us into this nightmare? Like this, however, she seems almost like the woman she used to be. I have to remind myself that she's no longer Hannah. Was there a way to save Hannah? The one I love is gone, who stands before me as nothing but a pale imitation of who she used to be. And I don't waste any time pondering over it. Not with the exit just a few steps away. The door is finally open, and through it I can glimpse the world outside. Safety. However, I do turn, if only to see the last of it. A farewell more than anything. For all her attempts to lure me, draw me in, her wishes to be with me, she does not stop me when I finally run from this horrid place. Quietly, she disappears. Light it up! Watching a multi-million bound house burn before me for some reason, nothing about this bothers me. Maybe it's one last look on her face and has changed. Maybe it's what I've seen and heard inside. There's only a calm stillness. The same hush that comes after a terrible storm has swept the countryside. And with it, is the sight of the sun rising above the horizon. Ever so slowly the sky begins to lighten before my eyes. Darkness giving way to the warm morning hues. Soft rays spilling over the vast expanse of Luxfords, the countryside. Nearby the trees sway and rustle with the breeze, a passing draft that carries even into this room. From outside, cold enough to make me shiver. The remains of a storm has passed. In the distance I can hear the soft chirping of birds, while the rest of the world stirs, wakes. Dawn at last. We are free. Okay, we're at the epilogue, I believe. So we'll skip anything that's... Officers investigate simply to deem an unfortunate accident resulting in the deaths of innocent lives. Regardless of the truth, Luke Wright files criminal charges against the Briar Realty Corporation for undisclosed reason, forcing the latter to declare bankruptcy. A move that is merely stoked on further. For those who still believe in the stories old and those who know the truth, it is but a testament to the curse and the secrets of Immergun Mansion hid for centuries. Yet there will come a time only the ashes of the now ruined mansion will know. However, on nights when the wind howls and thunder booms across the sky, some still claim hearing of voices where it once stood. Of cries and wails that fill the night and desperate calls for help for anyone who dares listen. As for those who tread its halls, so did burning the mansion down make any difference? So, at least in that version of it, Kylie didn't die. Okay. How long is the recording? Because I feel tempted to try to look for other endings. An hour and 23 minutes. I've got some time before I gotta go to bed. Let's try a little bit more. What can we do? Yeah, killing Ashton, I guess. Load game file. Disarm him!
This, I really don't have time for you.
Gonna get shot in the face, Ash. I didn't think twice. Within the span of a heartbeat, I'm moving and pulling on the trigger. 2 shots. Oh, you shot him in the fucking arm. Holy shit. Way to go, Ash. Echo across the square and both hit their true mark. Right recoils a sharp pain. His pistol falls useless to the floor. The loud clank followed by drops of blood from his bleeding wrist.
Why, you insolent!
He's down in 2 successive steps when I tackle him on the floor, pinning him hard with my arm. Although before I can knock him out with a solid right hook, an agonized wail bursts through the tense air. Is the ghost going to kill Ash? Yeah, I assume so. I mean, loud enough to echo along the dark, empty halls of the mansion. Piercing enough for every occupant in the foyer to cover their ears and close their eyes. Then all at once there are images. Some are merely vague, blurry shapes, others display vividly. However, there's no time to make sense of all of it. Amidst the discord noise, something whizzes past by, too close, too swift. A brief, keen blur that barely registered my eyes like an arrow, quick finding its mark and heading straight for...
Isabella!
What? Are you gonna jump in front to save Isabella's life? The moment clear, my body moves on its own, heart pounding hard against my ears and blood rushing through my every vein. Why did it aim for Isabella, though? Spurred... Oh, because that's who you love and you shot who she loves. Okay. Literal revenge. I didn't even get to yell for her a second time. I don't even get to call her name. Ellipse. So... What the fuck was that? An actual arrow? An acute pain burst through my chest the next instant. All of a sudden, everything around me feels too sharp, edgy, every edge, every point. Even the act of drawing breath alone stings and burns in the lungs, while an intense ache slowly spreads throughout the whole body. Numb. I feel numb. A hand comes away bleeding, shaking while I only let out a wet, ragged laugh. Soon, without warning, I'm going down on my knees, and the whole world is pitching sideways. An arm, warm, welcoming, is on me the second I stumble back, catching my fall. Isabella is always with me.
Ash?
Her hands are shaking, her lips are quivering, while she looks at me with wide, fearful eyes. Tears have started to form at the corners, and a pang of regret hits me at the sight of it.
Ashton!
Even for the last time, I can't even give her a reason to smile.
Hey, you're crying again. Don't give me that look. I told you, it doesn't suit you.
Cautiously, despite the stabbing aches, shooting up at every moment, I reach a trembling hand up to wipe them away. Crying has never looked good on her after all. My arm never makes it that far, though. However, midway she meets my hand, catching it with a light grip, and she's all too afraid I might break. Though I already am. Just slowly. The pain is easing, and everything is going cold.
Shut up, Ash! Don't move, alright? Stop talking! We'll get you a doctor! Someone! Just stay put! Just stay put, okay? You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I'd like to agree with her on that, reassure her. But I've gone through a lot, survived a lot of shit. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm done for. Whatever hit me, a hole to the chest is fatal enough. I don't think I'm going to bounce back from this. I'm dying.
I'm sorry.
I should be afraid in this moment. Yet, I'm not. No fear. No dread. Just an acceptance. And a deep regret as she appears before us, her voice echoing throughout the foyer. At the top of the staircase, Anna Wright stands there, pale as death, an expression eerily calm. I can't help but think that there's something wrong. My gaze darts her out, where, soon enough, I realize what's wrong when she speaks. She's wrong.
I told you, didn't I? Everything you're doing is useless, Ashton Frey. And now, you're dying. Meddlesome fool.
Hannah?
Oh, Luke. Darling, my love. What?
Outside our street light flashing, thunderclap rings across the sky. Here, there's another whispered sigh. A fading breath, and a lone heart that beats hard one last time. She got one thing wrong, though. Yeah? I did not die alone. Okay then. Oh. Memory fragment. Okay. What triggered this? Also, what is happening in this? What? Okay, so doing a lot of skipping. So, anyone ever watch the Flash animation about the banana phone on Newgrounds? Or what about Throw Me the Squirrel? Or the Animal Babies one, like D is for Lystexia. So, it's going to be a minute. I feel like future parts are going to contain mainly this. Just me sitting here and becoming a super Scipia Saiyan. Yep, still got the eyes. Taking a moment. But yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of this. Just me trying to figure out how to... Oh! Whispers and accusations fill every crest of my head, ringing and echoing around like a terrible case of tinnitus. They stare, gazes filled with judgment and disgust. Even before their beloved lady has spoken, she's already condemned.
This horrid woman! I beg the court for justice! Who knows what this devil's bride is capable of? She has already bewitched my love, my betrothed.
I'm so confused.
I just cannot bear to think of what she has done to him after. Or what else she may do to our people if we let her live.
I'm just so confused. What?
Blood taints this woman's hands, and I deserve to be repaid in kind for that which she has taken from me.
I don't even understand what's... There's nothing for her but death, but she knows this. Her silence says as much. One after another they come to an unending flood that threatens to sweep me away. What feels like an eternity, each one to show both joy and suffering for those who have called the mansion home. Each new scene is like a hammer to the head, threatening to crack my skull and to split it in two. I can feel every little emotion in blurry images that present itself in my head. I feel a part of these like I've lived through them, though I know that is not possible. All their anger burns through me. That much is evident. But the pain more so. And above all are the whispers. The voices calling, luring, until one image emerges in vivid contrast to the others. When there's a shout of joy, my eyes snap open, looking for the culprit. That's when the whole room just changes. Everything is the same, yet everything isn't. Okay, so we at least got something new, but I'm still kind of really confused. Do. And I should have also expected you wouldn't let this end about this kind of standstill.
Sorry about this. I really don't have time for you.
A short lapse is all it is. One moment of letting my guard down. Before I can react, two quick shots in succession. The sound cracking through the empty floor almost as loud as a storm raging outside, breaking the tense air in the room. Pain explodes my wrist, no 2 seconds later. Just a graze, however, but it's enough to cause my fingers to tense. And the pistol slides on the floor.
Why, you insolent!
The next moment happens in a blur. In the following, I am being tackled bodily to the ground, back hitting the cold floor, and an arm pinning me down by the neck. There is a fleeting moment of panic and struggle while I try to untangle myself from him, before he manages to knock me out, and then a scream. A wail piercing through the thick air, shrill and sharp, enough for both of us to cover our ears and hunker down on our knees. And with each sharp note beating harshly against my head, our images again. Faces and voices so utterly unfamiliar, seeping into every crevice, turning sinister each shift. They are not mine, but they might as well be, for how vivid and and crisp they appear. Over and over they all flash behind my eyes until it becomes unbearable. Pounding, throbbing, thudding against my skull worse than any headache a hangover can give. Bloody. I'll take a hangover this any day. A haze begins to fill my vision as black spots dance around the corner of my eyes. Beside me, the detective suddenly moves, shouting a name I don't quite hear, and then... In the next second, he falls, down on one knee, desperately trying to keep himself up with the strength he has left. But eventually his own body caves in. Taking the horrified Lily down with him, muttering quietly to her as something distinctly red flows from his body. Blood? This man isn't supposed to be dead yet. He isn't supposed to. I didn't shoot him, I'm sure of it. What killed him? What in blazes is going on here? It is so wrong just to want a quiet night where there's nothing needs attending to, just one normal night. Quickly, everything has turned crazy with perilous happenings that are hard to explain. But it seems that when it comes to me, death is always around the corner. I want to look him over. This isn't going to cause more problems. All this screaming and crying for the detective, who's died for no apparent reason, is giving me a migraine. I need to get all these people out of my house one way or another. But in the blurry mess of my vision, none of this registers enough to compel my body to move. Nothing does, except for the voice unexpectedly ringing above the discord when I finally gather my strength to look up. Everything falls away to the background. All that matters is her.
I told you, didn't I? Everything you're doing is useless, Ashton Frey. And now, you're dying. Meddlesome fool.
Hannah?
Oh, Luke, darling, my love. What do you think you're doing out here this late?
The woman that stands there is the one that I married. Why is it? Okay, so... Does she not see the detective's body? Maybe just confess that there's some crazy lad? Lady. Hey, Ashton's not there anymore. Hannah's body shudders until her visage ripples and changes. Golden yellow hair is now stained inky black. Yep, we no longer have an Ashton. And her face melts into that of the woman. Long, shifting eyes. Well, I already read this, I'm sure of it.
What's going on? Help me! Oh my god! Please, somebody! Who are you? Stay! No! Stay! No! She's here! Someone!
I'm sorry.
Ashton! Yay! Ashton's soul is now claimed. Ah, that's not a... It's not a...
Stay away!
Why do you remember the blood we share? This is your... Don't you remember? Together with me.
Don't listen to her. We bought this house. How should I know what...
Of course you still... You know...
She's lying.
You see... Just like that we've waited for so you can get that cold steady.
The clicking is hurting my ears.
Understand where your place is now, my love. You will miss.
This is all your fault! If I've died to this bloody...
Luke, calm down.
If it weren't for you, Hannah would
Don't! Last
I want about striking other people. Get it?
you because... No, Rebecca, stop! All of you...
With or without that damn piece... We still would have ended... Ow! Sir, you're hurting!
Luke, will you stop taking it out on...
Your friend is hiding something. What the...
No, you don't know what I've seen, Santos.
Sir, please. All I know is that paper isn't the reason.
We are not burning a multi-million-pound mansion, you bloody... Give me that.
As the investigation headed by the newly appointed Chief Inspector, Abigail Harris, all right appears. Although his involvement it's not much of a change. Just omitted Ashton's name because he's dead. Oh yeah, Isabel's already taken the first steps toward her dreams. She never forgot the sacrifice a beloved has made for her. Someone has quietly encouraged her despite her careless words. Even after so many years, she remains a constant visitor at Ashton for lies. Sometimes staying up for an entire day, simply speaking of the mundane, exchanging jibes with man as if he's still with her. The wounds are still fresh. She can never deny it. It's always been a part of her. Carry the grief of losing. Soldiers on with life instead of wallowing in her grief, knowing the detective only teased her for so long. She paints him as how she chooses to remember him. Trying to think what other choices we had. Nah, I don't think that makes a big difference there. What about this one? Nobody blame me if I ruin his pretty face, right? Now of all the shit he said, nothing would be more satisfying to see his smug face, all battered and bruised. Nearly every fiber of my being is just itching to beat some sense of decency to him. When my frustration is apparently obvious, before I can even take a step forward, Isabel steps in front of me. Two other officers put a hand on my shoulder to stop me from doing something I'll probably regret. Inspector Allen.
Ash, you know you're the only one who can help Zach right now. Don't be stupid.
Don't do it, man. Listen, we all know he's a big shot. Landing a good right hook is only going to do just that. Land a good right hook. If you want him beaten and humiliated, it's gotta be in court.
Listen to them. This isn't going to save Zach. And you won't be doing yourself any favors.
I don't know. I'd love to see Moneybags over there get wailed on by Karate Kid. My bet is on that giant with the glasses, though.
Well, you're not helping. But you don't want assault charges on you, do you?
I don't, but it'd be worth it.
I don't doubt it'll be satisfying, but Carl is right. Your girlfriend is right. He's not worth your badge or the—
Ashton, please.
Whatever, just let me go, will you?
You blood.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you, sir.
So it's mainly the same. Well, we'll make a save here for that. And let's have a brief look. Holy shit. Where even is the... There's a lot of alternative things. Holy shit. How long? Okay. Let's try to actually investigate this a little bit. We have... Didn't it say I had 100% of certain things? Or is this point in the story? This may take a lot of playthroughs in the future. I feel like the main point I'm really focusing on this right now because today was the first time I got a proper ending, and I have to at least go over the main differences I know that can happen. Is there a way for him to... Okay, so this is... I feel like this is one of Bowser's labyrinths from Mario. This is a whole, like, what the hell is all this? Like, if a lot more people are dead? What the hell? This feels like I'm looking at a sheet music. Holy crap. I feel so very... Basically, I can say this. I'll probably play a few more times on this visual novel. Mainly to try to get other endings with other combinations of characters being alive and dead. But... this is the one that gets you killed. Yeah? Damn. Okay, we have the choice if Becca dies. So, let's see how that changes the story. Gonna get Becca killed this time. There are people upstairs, aren't there? The weekend staff or some volunteers? There should be. Even if it's Sunday or special permit, there should be at least one other person in the place. I need to check. An hour 50? We can keep going. I heard them a while ago. So this is going to kill Becca, and we're going to see a difference. Of course, I couldn't possibly tell them about this. They won't believe me in the same manner we didn't buy Isabel's stories until it's too late. But I can easily come up with excuses. For now, what's important is I don't end up trapped and alone with her.
Safety in numbers, as they say.
There's no hesitation on my steps as I race upstairs, ears straining for any signs or sounds of the woman appearing, sounding at me again at any second. I can still hear her behind me, the grinding of bones, her whispers, as she keeps calling me back. Although at a distance I don't slow my pace, the library rules me damn. Because no matter how much I pretend to be brave, the level-haired one, or the tough one, this terrifies me. This scares me more than anything. This isn't how I plan to die. But when I get to the 3rd floor, only signs welcome me as empty stretches, far too wide, spanning the entirety of the floor for it to be reassuring. And just behind me, somewhere on the floor of the stairs, panic rises up my throat. No other way up but now. So I bolt, desperation kicking in without warning. I take 2 steps at a time, tripping clumsily over some of it, my last-ditch effort to escape. But I know, at the back of my mind, I know all of this is futile. With every footfall, with every ragged breath, with every pounding of my heart, it gets hammered to my mind, and it only becomes clear to me once the door at the end opens, revealing the vast expanse of Luxborn's early morning skyline with her treading at my heels. Are you gonna jump off the building? Except that one that greets me isn't who I'm expecting.
Hannah?
Oh, Becky, sweetie. Why would you ever run away from me? The trek up here must be exhausting, isn't it? You poor, poor darling.
The voice is the same, even the looks, yet nothing about this Hannah screams of the Hannah I know. She exudes nothing of the sweetness or cordiality she always has with her, even within the faces of people she barely knows. If I had not seen what I have seen, heard what I heard this past week, I'd very likely brush this off, jarring disconnect to the odd. No! I would not brush that off to odd weather. However, something's off her, and my mind is screaming. The space between us is to be guessed.
Why don't you come here, sweetie? Downstairs with me.
I can't.
Oh, why ever not?
Please, Hannah. Just leave.
Don't be such a spoilsport, honey. Don't you want to catch up? It's been years since we've seen each other, hasn't it? Don't you miss Big Sister Hannah?
Maybe some other time, Hannah. I'm here on important business.
Important business, she says. Little Becky all grown up. Now she's learning to meddle. Tell me, darling, what did the curious girl find out?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Oh, believe me, it is. It is now.
Especially if it involves my darling prince.
She laughs, her features contorting into something horrid close to grotesque. A twisted little thing completely removed from the person I met not a day ago. This isn't Hannah. She's gone, and this little fact has caused me to take a wary step back since when she appeared okay in the housewarming party, and as annoying and overbearing to find her husband, I feel sorry for the ballhide. He might be an asshole, but he doesn't deserve this. Hannah doesn't deserve it.
What's wrong, Becky? You look like you've seen a ghost. All I'm asking is what brought you here at this hour. Of course, if you didn't do anything wrong, we wouldn't be having this problem, yes?
Stay away from me!
A useless plea. Does she even understand a word I say? Can she? Is she still human in the first place? Somehow I doubt it, because no human being will ever
You
do
and
this.
your friends have become such a nuisance to our lives. Even Zach, the pitiful bastard, and I trusted him.
What did you do to Zachary?
Oh, he's in a good place now. So do me a favor, sweetie, and come with me. I promise it'll be worth your while.
Simply imagining what she's capable of doing to us. I never want to give her that
I'm
chance.
telling you to back off!
How rude. I'm sure Mumsy Gales wouldn't be happy about that. Please be a good girl now.
Her gait is slow as she walks forward, but with every inch she draws nearer, even as I pull away to take back what little distance I can between us. The smile on her merely grows wider, a mocking gesture. For me, she may be less of a human now, but I'm pretty sure she's fully aware she's got me cornered. She wouldn't even bother making it here if she isn't. But I can't look away. I can't bring myself to, even as the heel of my shoe eventually hits the edge. End of the line. Trapped. Alone. So this is how it ends, huh? Quietly and without fanfare, surrounded not by a warm breeze, but by chilly morning air. No soft footfalls in an empty hallway, but the din of the early morning traffic below. No warm afternoon light. Nothing but the cold, pungent smell of death, all underneath a dreary morning sky. How fitting. Yet amidst all of it, there's a single voice I want to hear. If only for the last time.
Becca?
Hey, did I wake you up?
No, I left you a voicemail, so I thought, where are you?
The one I grew up with. One who's always got grades better than I did without even trying. Whose silly antics I have to put up with all these years. Who stood by me even when things got tougher. The one person who's been a constant in my life.
Ash, do you remember that one time?
The what?
Back in secondary. We joined a contest back then, didn't we? We had to dress you up as a girl and...
No.
What? You looked really pretty. I think I still have that picture somewhere.
Burn it. We're not talking about that again. You promised. Seriously, what brought this on?
Nothing. It's just the first thing I remembered.
Because even at the very end, I know I have this. Casual talk, the friendly manner. Talking like how we always would as children. If only I hadn't been too selfish. If only I haven't taken all of this for granted in favor of my feelings. Now perhaps I won't be regretting anything now.
You're being weird today, Becca. Whatever. Listen, I need you to go home right away. I'm at Salem Well right now and...
I wish time would simply stop for us. There's still a lot of things I want to say. Things I've never bothered saying out loud. Things I should have said a long time ago. But at this moment, there's only one.
Thanks, Ash.
Hold on, did I do something?
For everything.
Rebecca, what?
I'm so glad to have known you.
Wait, what are you? God damn it, Rebecca, where are you?
A soft click, and I'm closing my eyes. There's a rush of air, sound of the world around me. Kind of reminds me, there's a comic out there where a Deadpool comes up to someone that's going to jump, and it's like 4 minutes long, and it's actually a voice act, but it's Deadpool talking someone out of suicide by jumping. It's like 4 minutes long, it's voice act. Go look that up. It's a good comic.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Good. Oh, we got unlocked a memory fragment. I don't know what's even happening. I have so much confused. That was a negative one? Okay.
I mentioned it, didn't I? I was on business, Becca. I wasn't there to
You couldn't even spare a
What was I supposed to say? I've got a boss guy breathing down my neck.
Cut the shite. I saw you stuffing your face with it. You didn't even exchange a word or a Just say you don't want to talk about it and...
I'm sorry, you know that I wouldn't do this.
And you know that I don't like you lying to me! If you can't tell the truth, just don't say anything and I swear, Ashton Frey, you are just so dense!
So that was the worst choice.
I'm so angry, I can't even bear to look at you right now because, I mean, the only time you did talk to me was to spout some vague nonsense about were you somehow-
You really shouldn't go near them.
Why? Because I won, aside from the three of us, Zach, Isabella, and Mike. If you're perfectly fine with that, then go ahead. No one is stopping you. But I can have a life of my own. Friends that I don't necessarily I'm an adult, Ashton. And I can make my own bloody decisions. I sure as hell can choose the people I want to let into.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to control. He's trying to say, hey, I'm investigating this guy for criminal charges, and I expect him to be a murderer. Actually, he admitted to it, but at least he's not sadistic, but he is not a good person.
I trust Zach. I trust Isabella. You need to stay. I really wish I could.
Hi, Zach. We're eventually getting to a point that you get to live. Yeah, I'm just going to press tab for that QuickTime event.
Just stay busy and you'll be okay.
Yeah, that was a big negative.
What do you think I'm doing? Do you really-
Isabella, all I'm trying to say is that you should concentrate on other-
And I'm not! I'm doing my best, alright? I didn't even get to talk to last time we spoke. He was- Now look where that got us!
Belle, this whole thing-
Ashton!
Belle,
Okay. So... Okay, Becca's still not blanked out there, so maybe that was my imagination.
Thanks, but I just don't really have the appetite right now. Maybe later.
Okay, so that is not an Easter egg.
Sorry, let me just... They're all criminals? It's in their genes? What do you even know?
Oh, I know plenty.
Trying to make her pissed off the time I have.
You have no idea how many times I've had to deal with an alcoholic brother. Don't you dare. I know you wanted to sock Mr. Right, but I can't do any.
Becca?
Hey,
No, where are you?
Ash, do you remember?
No, burn it. We're not.
Nothing. Thanks, Ash.
Hold on, did I.
For everything.
Rebecca, what?
I'm so glad to have known you.
Wait, what are you. God damn it, Rebecca, where are you? Becca? Rebecca!
Copy that. Can we get a 1020?
Jumper was spotted on the rooftop of the city library. Need dispatch.
Ash, what's going on? The radio in your car's.
Rebecca.
Where is she? Did she.
No, she's.
Did something happen to Becca, Ash? Ash! What happened?
I don't know, just.
Maybe I need to take a break because I know I need to go to sleep for work. At the same time, I want to do the story, but at the same time, I know it's going to take a very long time to sit here and read everything. Well, that's more.
Jumper is down. I repeat, Jumper is down. We've got a 1046 to the library.
Copy that. Can we have identification of the body?
We've got a bystander here who says he knows the woman. Rebecca.
Yeah. Yeah? Yeah.
10-4. Medical personnel are on their way. Resume security. All available officers have been dispatched for crash.
Wilco, over and out.
Damn it.
Don't look, you don't need to see this. Elle, she's gone.
No, Ash! Rebecca! She's here! She's.
No, I mean, it's technically true. She is there, but.
We have to help her! There must be something!
I don't think a defibrillator is gonna help.
We can't! We can't just let her die like this!
That. Oh.
We are.
Ash, please. Rebecca.
I know all I'm pretty.
Yeah.
We get. We. Is a.
I know I'm rushing this.
We can't stay here.
But we can't just keep running like.
We don't have much of any time. That woman, that thing might get us.
So what then? You're giving.
Nobody said.
Just because this
Is.
I know.
Wait. That will. I. But. I feel picked. Okay, no.
Oh, you're.
But Forget it, Belle. You're not going back to that mansion.
But Ash.
This isn't up for debate. Do you...
No,
I don't even. Go with some.
That.
Don't.
I know I'm rushing through it. But it's just... I know mainly what the dialogue is.
What about Becca? Oh, the way she fell to her death, while all you did was watch.
Who can tell my friend what might have happened here? She's at the crawl. You know the place, right?
So is Isabel going to be able to save me? I still actually have a slightly above positive relationship with her, despite the fact that I've been trying to sabotage it this time around. Yep, she's still here.
I'm still here, Ash. You have me. Stop smiling like that, Ashton! I'm not done.
I heard all of it. Don't worry.
Are you really okay? Here, let me.
I'm sorry.
For what? Is this about what?
No, well, it's for a lot. For calling you Cloud.
Well,
yeah, for all the time.
My family still needs me. My dad just died. And then there's still this curse going on. I'm really sorry. I just don't think of you that way.
Well, we have been being a dick lately.
Ow!
Are you?
No!
So we didn't die, but you did get rejected. Which is worse. Yeah, you can still die.
We were just in the... That door was supposed to open to a hallway. The second floor hallway.
We need to get out of here.
She will eventually die.
Probably. The rate we're going. Oh, because we're not in love with her, it means that we wouldn't go save her. Right? Oh shit, we're not gonna go save Becca save it. Oh shit, we're just gonna let Isabel get fucking impaled. Yeah, we're missing somebody there.
And, well, what's your Oh, well...
Sir, please.
Oh, please,
we need to get out.
But really now? This is... Why don't... What?
And over it hurts. The pain, however, is not overbearing or blinding. I am so confused. Obviously the one woman's crazy, but little as the cuts and the bruising of flesh of blunt force, it dribbles down my cheek and my mouth. I'm so confused, though. What? I don't even understand. There's a pounding in my head, and it's not binding that makes it all starker. Everything hurts.
Please, milady, he need not suffer. I beg of you, have mercy. You already have me to do as you please. He deserves none of this.
Why is this happening?
Silence, before I cut out that impertinent tongue of yours and feed it to the dogs. You watch and you will learn what happens when I'm displeased.
What have I done to deserve this? I am so confused as to what's going on, though. An ending flood threatens to sweep me away before it feels like an eternity. Each one a show of joy and suffering for those who have called this mansion their home. Each new scene is like a hammer to the head, threatening to crack my skull and split it in two. I can feel every little emotion in the blurry images that present itself in my head. I feel a part of these like I've lived through them, though I know that is not possible. Why is there a cat being strangled, by the way? All of their anger burns through me, not much is evident, but the pain. The pain is more so. And above all are the whispers. Voices calling, luring, until one image emerges in vivid contrast to the others. When there's a shout of joy, my eyes snap open, looking for the culprit. That's when the whole room just changes.
What? Well, obviously, why else would people... Okay.
Okay. Ash is here, but we're missing Becca.
Who are you? Stay! No. Stay away, stay.
I'm not afraid of you, you spook. This is one Scotswoman. You aren't getting into an early grave without a fight.
No! She's here! Someone!
Remember the blood they took together. She's just like the rest of you. Understand where you're you belong. Is it so?
Jesus, if I've died to this bloody...
Calm down, right? The situation...
You shut your mouth! If it weren't for you, or this letter, for all of Hana would...
How dare you! How...
Becca did that before, but since...
Last I checked, we were only trying to...
And what of Lily over there? You were there when she showed us that pig. Why are you saying she is responsible for dragging other people? I'm getting tired of your...
This curse is an entire... But, knowing you and the kind of person you are, Please stop! All of you...
None of them had seen it. Even
We are not burning a multi-million... Give me...
Between the lingering trauma and their measly attempts at normalcy, both Ashton and Isabella know that things will never be the same. Gone is their friendly banter and rapport, as are the petty arguments and light teasing. After all that has been said and done, it's only sensible for things to fall apart after it did. It is inevitable, so to speak. Yet in the brief moments when their eyes meet, last stolen glances given, the shadow of it can be seen in them. The quiet, steadfast thing remains, a trace of what could have been, had things not crumbled. Neither holds on to it, house, as much as they wish to. Both of them think it's already far too late. They can only walk away from it, and leave nothing but a heavy regret in their wake.
Where?
I'm kind of confused about... So obviously burning the mansion's a slightly better end, but marginally. Well, time to get Ash killed, or possibly Isabel if he doesn't jump in the way.
Sorry about this. I really don't have time for you.
Okay, so this got something new. Over and over, along with every voice, every whisper, they shout, they cry, they wail, all asking for respite from eternal torment. However, there's no time to mask, it makes sense.
Isabella!
Time slows, and one moment clear, my body moves on its own. Spurred on by adrenaline. Did he make it?
Ashton!
Yes, he did!
It doesn't suit you.
I know I need to go to bed soon, but I want to try to do a little bit more of this. I know I'm mainly skipping a lot of stuff, but I'm just trying to... This is an amazing story, by the way. It's just I don't want to take 30 hours to reread everything. Even though if there are a few tidbits I haven't read before. I'll probably slow down quite a bit when it comes to Zach's playthrough. You know, when he's alive. But I have so many other people dying that I'm trying to... Because I still got to do the other path with... Why am I struggling to remember her name? Marianne. Yep, we're getting distinctly less people now.
I'm sorry.
This is your... Of course you still deny it. You haven't changed,
She's lying!
You see, my love, nothing has changed. Still no difference. You and just like the rest, just be better. Understand me.
This is all your fault! If it were...
How dare you!
What's gonna happen if she's dead?
You. Oh God! Then I am. I have it.
Buddy!
Hanoi, word meaning bored depression. Leaves Luxborn City a month later. After all, Ash, Becca, and Ashton, Becca, and Zach are all dead. Returning home to the Philippines, broken and scarred despite her smiles. Regardless, her family is encouraged to take up art again. She refuses, never picking up the brush again. Afraid of what she might create with the images, having never left her. Even with her dreams, she chooses to live a quiet life supporting them. Supporting enough to keep them afloat for years. She rarely speaks of what happens at Luxborn. Perhaps the only time she's ever done so, returning her visits to her father's grave. But on nights when the rain bursts in the evening sky, and above its steady beat against her window, sobs can be heard behind it, along with the familiar names. An apology their owners will never hear. I don't think burning the mansion makes a difference, but we have to try that one. Anything different this time? Because we burned down the place? Nope. Burning the mansion mound made no difference. How long are we into the recording? Damn, I really do need to go to bed. A little more. Let's see if this kills her. What happens? Do we get stabbed? Might very well be a dead end down there. Hopefully not literally. So does this kill her if she doesn't go in there? Does getting locked in the jail cell actually save her life? Does playing it safe actually get her killed? It does. Oh my goodness, because Hannah is being possessed, it means she has to abide by the rules that a physical body has by some degree. So because...
Lorraine!
Because...
You're here. I thought I would never see you again.
So because you got trapped in a fucking cell in a dungeon, it saved your life. Yeah, you had to starve for like 4 fucking days. But it saved your life. Is it like the game being like, hey, the player realized that being overly curious with Zach got him killed? What if they decide to play it safe because of what happened to Zach? Let's punish them for that.
I'm so sorry. I must look like a right mess. It's been so long.
I'm here, Em. I'm here now, don't you worry. Come here.
I feel like she's gonna stab you with the glass of the mirror. Toward the mirror. Okay. Yeah?
I can't imagine how you've been so alone all these years. I left you, Lorraine. I didn't mean to, but that's what I did. I don't even know if you can ever forgive me.
Stab? I assume we're getting stabbed.
Don't cry. Doesn't suit your pretty face.
I assume we're getting stabbed.
Besides, I don't have to be alone anymore, do I? You're here for me, aren't you? You'll never leave me again, will you?
Yes, of course. I wouldn't dare leave you.
You swear you won't leave me?
I swear to God, I won't, Lorraine.
Well... Oh, dears. This is concerning. It can't be that graphic, guys. I mean, we've seen Zach get his body clawed up and eyes gouged out. We've seen Becca jump off a roof. We've seen Ashley get fucking impaled. We saw Kylie get her fucking neck snapped. Which, that was... Oh, God. That was... all about that. Was...
God's not the only one you're making promises to, Marianne. Swear it to me. Or, even better, prove it to me.
I'll stay forever with you, Lorraine. I swear it to you.
Is she gonna make you slit your wrists?
To you?
Simple.
No. I assume
you join me
because you had the eyes.
Lorraine, that's... How can I?
By the way, guys, in case anyone's ever wondering about this,
there's no need to be scared.
If you ever have a partner out there
the end, Marianne,
who ever tries to hurt you in such a way, or convince you to hurt yourself in such a way, they do not love you. That is her neck, not her hand. That is, oh God, that is, oh, what, okay, so play it safe to, that's, looks like it hurts a lot. But yeah, again, you need a windpipe for that. You need a windpipe, good madam. But yeah, anyone out there, if you have someone who if you have a partner or anyone in your life, whether family, friend, lover, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever, if they try to hurt you or make you hurt yourself for
shush now.
Your face.
It'll be over soon.
But yeah,
really soon.
This is yes, that's also true. The devil actually was the most beautiful angel in heaven. I mean, don't stick your dick in crazy, I think applies to women too. That's so. We have a new memory fragment. So much skipping. So much story. But while we're skipping 5 billion messages, first and foremost, guys, again, if anyone tries to hurt you or hurts you, they do not love you. If you're in a marriage or fan,
And during the open house, if I don't know if I'm sure it
Will you get the sorting? Because
I got yeah.
I think this time around I'm trying to be the biggest jerk possible. Angry ghost, adventurer, Flash, savior of the universe. I also got to do this ending at some point where Becca and Ash are together.
If you want, I just as thanks for all the. Let me go, you.
Or else.
I'll scream.
That was negative of Luke? Luke dislikes you more because, or is it would have been a greater if I...
Why don't
that child?
Oh no, here, let's...
And then what?
Then I'm the...
Just because...
But in the what of who? Why would... Oh no. No, this kid's... Alright, lady, look, it's all a misunderstanding.
Somebody help me!
Haha.
Okay, so we're super positive with him.
I had no idea.
Now, it's an honest mistake, Daisy.
No, I really mean it. I actually thought you were... And then...
It's fine now. It probably happens quite a lot to a few people who look suspicious. Seems I'm one of them now. But do be careful with that book, though. A little more and you would have dislodged my poor brain off my head. What would I ever do if that happened?
Oh, no! Did it leave a mark? If you want, we can have it checked.
Now, what kind of man would I be? My I know, but even someone as...
What?
I'm just in a rush to...
But I've seen...
I'm just trying to get everyone killed as fast as possible, apparently. I don't know. Maybe Luke kills himself in Ireland. Is that a good thing or bad? That was a super positive thing, apparently. I'm just trying to make the most of the time I have before I gotta go to bed. I've already stayed up past the time I should, but it's just... Yep, creepy face. How long are we? Let's keep going a little bit more.
Just what do
There's a negative of Luke.
There isn't a look, all right?
Sure, whatever helps you.
You already have a story.
Oh, please. The color.
Okay, I wanted to try to see, but we at least saw that Marianne did die from that. But I think we're going to get a positive end for her and Ashton this time around, and she'll be more okay with. So I'll just have to be a biggest jerk I can with Ash toward. But I really do have to go to bed, so guys. And at this point, I feel like I'm kind of doing a disservice to the game by skipping as much as I am. But it's just I'm trying to be in a bit of a rush here. I swear, I will take my time when it comes to when Zack is alive. And I know there's some other stuff early on in the story. But I'm trying to get all the pieces together real quick. But I have to go to bed. I gotta be back on work soon. At least get some shut-eye. That's my own damn fault for being addicted to the reading of the stories, because I really like these novels. It's amazing stories, but just so much time to read it and so little actual time to do it. But this is an amazing story. But I have to call it quits here for a while. So I hope everyone out there had a good day. I have to actually bring up the recording stuff. So, bye.